She's pointing the gun at me. She's gonna start with the barrel touching my head or the muzzle touching my head. My hands can be wherever I want to put them. My job is just to touch the gun before she can retract. She's trying to pull the gun away and not allow me to touch it. I'm doing anything fancier than that. Don't overthink this. This is all about just hand speed to the muzzle. No verbal communication during this process. So you can't say, hey, I'm robbing you. And you can't say, hey, you want my phone? And like, we'll deal with that a little bit later on down the line. This is just the motor skills, not any of the games that you can play with the mental and verbal side of this to slow the other person's processing ability. So if I succeed, she measures 1 full foot length back, and then steps back. And then when I miss, we switch. We do the same thing.
Oh. Asia.
That was beautiful, Johnny.
Do you think that being able to hit a very small target with your hand under intense pressure and as fast as you can, okay, that's punching, right? This movement is the same as punching. How about not telegraphing what you're about to do? So like telegraphing your intention by moving your hand back and then forward, or moving your foot back and then you move your hand, right? Those are all tells that don't really help your outcome or your movement on this. So if Asia's pointing the gun here and it's on my forehead, well, that's pretty easy. Now, I said that you can put your hands anywhere you want. My hands can be wherever I want to put them. So why not? You know, start with your hands as close to the gun as you can. That's one of the benefits of this, is it's making you think. It's not like, oh, well, I have to start here because that's where I would. No. Maybe you were doing something. Maybe you were talking with your hands and telling this guy to back up, and then he shoves a gun in between your hands. Idiots do this. They think the gun gives them ultimate power automatically. You see this online when people are like, you don't need combatives, you just shoot them. They have no respect for what someone who is fast and aggressive can do with just their bare hands. They think that the gun wins everything. You see that in every single comment section on every single self-defense page. So, do you think someone would be arrogant enough to stick a gun in between someone's hands like this and point it at them? Oh, fuck yeah. If you want to challenge yourself, and you know that you're already fairly good at this drill, you could probably drop your hands to a more disadvantaged position. So play with this. See what works for you. Because one of the things with this is you also figure out where your limitations are. Doing your things, that's important when it comes to a gun defense. Knowing when I can't fucking pull this off. Right? So if my hands are down here, they're pointing the gun from this far away, it's like, ooh, I better start fucking talking and complying in some way that either gets me closer to where I need to be, or gets me out of this entirely, because I'm not going to be able to fucking make that thing. I know it. I've done it in multiple drills. I can if the gun is here and my hands are here, but I can get a hand on the problem, you know, right? So you start to be able to actually determine your odds because you've actually failed at it multiple times, or succeeded at certain things multiple times. Able to grab the gun and retain it. So if I just get my hands on it like this and she's still able to pull it back through my grip. Now she's obviously not using her second hand and stripping the grip or doing anything like that, but if she's able to pull it back and I can't retain that grip, then that's a problem. Maybe you can get it all the way to your furthest reach in the extent of your hand, maybe. Right? But as soon as you have to take a step, that's generally where I kind of call it. You go like, I think I'm gonna need to comply and either talk my way in closer or I'm gonna need to just comply. And don't worry, comply should always be the first thing on your list. I can't tell you when to do this. That's a risk assessment that you need to take on your own. A mentor of mine, Craig Douglas of ShivWorks, he was robbed 9 or 10 times at gunpoint. I think he only went for the gun once. He worked as a street level narcotics officer, so he complied on almost all those and came out of it fine. And he went for one, he's like, I don't know, it was a feeling I have. But this is definitely a personal risk assessment to do this. Right? Not to be taken lightly. Now, obviously, this is not an all-encompassing drill, so when you look at this, we're just taking a little part of the problem and we're working on it. So this is not the entirety of a pistol defense. So when you look at this and go, that's stupid. Well, no duh. Like, this isn't the whole picture, this isn't the whole thing. We're working on a specific part of the problem. So imagine like the whole problem is like a movie. We're taking a little snapshot picture out of that movie, we're working on that snapshot.